Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. I know my lighting's a little off. Oh, maybe that'll help. It's raining outside. No, that's not really helping. And it's cold all of a sudden. Anyway, this is a Freedom Friday, and we haven't done a Freedom Friday in a long time. I canceled Art Space today because of the weather. It was ridiculously windy and thunderstormy, and the dogs couldn't stay outside. So also I didn't want to do all of that stuff in the rain, so fuck it. We can do a Freedom Friday. Okay, let's get to it. We're gonna talk about getting out of your own way, and we're gonna talk about being in victim mentality, and limiting self-beliefs, and how to overcome that. And I might pull some cards if it feels like a good thing to do. So I think one of the things that's really important, I've worked with a ton of people in my life, both insane mind and like in space sane mind, and also people who are in psychosis, right? And you know who doesn't believe that the people who are psychotic or in psychosis never have limiting self-beliefs. And I think that's really interesting. There's a lot of grandiose thinking, there's a lot of connections being made, there's a lot of belief in self. And as you know, and as we all know, it's often criminalized, right? Criminalized, pathologized, medicated. But I just want to talk about getting out of your own way. As you're doing decolonizing work and as you're doing shadow work, and I think getting out of your own way and getting out of victim mentality, is really important to recognize the things that are your shadows, first and foremost. And the thing about doing shadow work and acknowledging, you know, shadow work is just those feelings that come out, or shadows are just those feelings that come out, that you don't really want to deal with, that kind of get swept under the rug. And I think a lot of that has to do with generational trauma, slash society. We've been really, our society is based on aesthetic. It's based on looks, it's based on size, it's based on race, it's based on beauty, and everything that isn't that is the other, right? But before any of that, you have to do the work within, right? So when you're doing work on yourself, or when you're starting to recognize your own patterns, your own bullshit, your own victimization, right? Your blaming tendencies when, you know, things go wrong, it's everyone else's fault but yours, right? You're the main character of your own fucking story, right? Who was it that said life is a stage? Plato? Was it Plato? I don't know. The Greeks stole everything from ancient Egypt anyway, so probably wasn't him. I pulled this card, and it says intuition, and an owl. Owls can be pretty... depends on what culture. Owls can be bad, as an omen. Alright, and then I just pulled persistence. Intuition is speaking to trusting yourself, right? And that's trusting yourself. Again, within our society, we've been really encouraged to not trust ourselves. We've been encouraged to disconnect from ourselves, from our feelings, from the things we're passionate about. And part of liberating yourself, and part of our collective liberation is each of us doing this work to... Whoa, bro. He had too many M&Ms. Right when I start the show, you want to be right here, huh? Don't come on this table like that, bro. No, sir. Storm. I pulled this. Hey, stop kicking my desk, because I got stuff on here I don't want to fall over. Move your foot. Stop it. No, it's not a game. Anyway. Stop asking for approval outside of yourself. Stop seeking validation. And I think that's the assignment, because that's where it has to start. If you're not going to do shadow work, if you're not going to get out of victim mentality, at least, in the very least, liberate yourself from what other people are thinking about you. Because again, we just talked about this in What's the Tea? Nile Valley, keep your feet off of my desk. I've already told you several times, I need you to stop, sir. I just pulled Intune in reverse. I'm about to be real upset. Move these feet. Move them. I told you to move them. Yeah. No. Get them off of my desk. This is like the only 4 feet in this house that belongs to mommy. Please stop. It's a journey within, right? And look how dark that is. Stop seeking outside validation. Stop doing that. Stop doing stuff. I believe kids are part of the message, and I just never have time away. But stop doing things when you know if someone else is telling you not to do them, or if you're yourself are telling you not to do something, like addiction-wise. I mean, addictions aren't that easy to quit, but that was a good example. I'm so happy she's falling in love with this guy. Anyway, don't allow anyone outside of you to tell you what's up. It's cool to look to other people for advice. It's cool to look for other people for examples of, you know, inspiration and whatnot, but ultimately you have your own guiding compass within you. Oh my god. You have your own compass. You have your own northern lights within you. I don't know. I'm so fucking distracted. Get off of my desk, bro. All done is right. Yeah. I'm not yelling at you, but I've told you more than 4 times now. Yeah. What do you need? Yeah. Oh, look, it's your card. It's the river. Nile. What are you upset about? Yeah. I'm done. With what? Yeah. Do you need me to change the channel? Yeah. I'm done with what? Yeah. Anyway, we're stuck inside today. Yeah. I just pulled reflection. Take some time to reflect on these things. Ultimately, yeah. Can you? I'm doing something. Yeah. Don't let other people's ideas. Oh my god, I gotta move away from this situation. I'm getting pissed. I'm done with what? I only had 11 minutes to talk anyway. I don't want you on my desk. This is the only space in the house that belongs to mommy. Everything else is for you guys. Anyway. When we decide to look within, shed light on our own shadows, stop looking to other people, stop victimizing ourselves because of others, that's when you truly start the process of liberating yourself from other people's thoughts, ideas, systemic stuff, society, all of the things that have been ingrained in you, belief systems, indoctrination, all of it. So that's my advice for you. Stop asking for approval. Stop asking for validation. Ultimately, those are just habits that you can break. They're not, you know, and a lot of that behavior is just because most of us are just unhealed children walking around in adult bodies. So give yourself grace. Again, when When feelings arise that you really don't want to sit with, just recognize it's a feeling. It's going to pass, literally, and you can allow it, and you can be curious about it. You don't have to judge it at all. The behavior associated with the feeling is what you want to avoid, right? So you don't want to lash out on anyone. You don't want to do any harm to anyone. But when you're having those feelings, just sit with it for a minute. It'll go away. Give a hug to the little person inside of you that never had those feelings validated and is acting like a douche now that you're grown. All right. Have a good one.